Huh?
Who? A bunch of people always do.
About your lips? Said something
Yeah,
about your
man, they're
lips?
cracked. I'm sorry I'm sick and my lips are dry and cracked. Okay, oopsies. Sorry.
Oh, I can't tell they're cracked. I just figured they were acting weird, is what I thought.
Oh, they are weird. Democrats are strange people sometimes.
Ain't they, though? I mean, ain't they? Honestly. Oh, God. Ain't they weird?
No, they're
Oh, I
very,
got.
very weird.
Oh, God. I've been trolling Chris pretty hard.
Man, Chris is saying, no, Benny Johnson didn't get his house attacked, man. Just be quiet.
Did he really say that?
I looked it up. He's taken one article out of 5, 10 different articles that all said Benny Johnson had his house attacked with a firebomb. And he's saying, no, he didn't. He's cracking jokes about it, man. I fully believe he's kind of he's getting more and more radicalized. I love you, Chris,
Racer
but
Gandalf. Yeah.
eraser.
Because it's just like, I don't know how I hate talking Israel with him. I hate because my deal with Israel isn't just what's going on in Israel, but what's going on in the world. They want to say that uh, Palestinians slash, I'm sorry, Muslims slash Hamas, Islamists, they're 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 not going to be successful. I do not believe this, but they are everywhere. They're in UK right now. They tried pulling their shit in Texas. They borderline pulled their shit in Dearborn, Michigan with their mayor. They named a street freaking Hezbollah Street.
Oh, that is
Did you hear?
unbelievably terrible. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they want to turn their backs on Israel. Right now, they fighting a war for us in a lot of ways. A
Not to
victory.
mention, I can handle Chris. Okay, Chris is like basically he just doesn't like the Gaza war. Okay, I can understand, etc., etc. But if you ever talk about Dons, listen, Dons, I love you, man. You're a good guy. You're a good friend. You're a good moderator of the Discord. But if you ever talk to Dons about Israel, man, he is
Oh, he.
completely anti-Semitic, 1,000% anti-Semitic.
Oh, I actually got a little. I got a little irritated at him last night because he started quoting the Bible to me, and I'm like, you don't even believe in the Bible.
He doesn't believe in the
Is he not
Bible.
atheist?
I don't know,
I don't think
honestly. I
so.
don't remember.
I think he's atheist. He might be. He might believe in the Bible. I don't want to say for sure, but I don't think he does. But yeah, you're not going to get. We got to talk. I told him. I said, "What's my reasons for supporting Israel?" And I was like, "Well, I said, if you look back at history, I said Islamists started their bullshit at like 600 AD and didn't start until till like 1200 AD, maybe 1300 AD. Says, well, nobody cares about 1,000 years ago. I said, Dons, it was 700 years ago. Well, still 700 years ago.
Man, he
I'm
said a lot of
sorry.
shit that's just simply not true. The first thing he said was that, Hamas has never attacked American soil, which is 100% wrong. I looked it up. There's been at least minimum 5 incidences where Hamas has attacked on American soil. And second off,
I didn't know
why the
that.
fuck is he defending Hamas? And third off, he said outright outrageous shit about the Jews. It's horrible, man. Like it's so easy. Like he considers him a centralist. He considers himself a centralist. He's
Not when it
talking,
comes to that.
dude. He's talking far right talking points. Like he's on Nick. He's above Nick Fuentes. Like the shit he says is worse than the shit that Nick Fuentes says. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dons. Dude, it's literally like he said the what's that one organization called? The NAACP. He said, "Oh, that organization is controlled by Israel. That's APAC." And I did my research in it. And another thing he said, "Oh, APAC only invest in things where they can control people or make money off of it, et cetera, et cetera." And I said, "Okay, how do they make money off of this, or how do they control people?" He didn't answer me. Second off, I looked it up and he said, He said, "Oh, he said the APAC founded NAACP." I looked that up. That was his first claim. That's not true. I mean, the MW.
The NAACP?
Yeah, he said that the APAC founded it. The Israeli lobbying group. He said that they funded or they started
I don't
the.
believe that. I don't believe that for
No,
1 second.
I looked it up, man. I
That's
mean,
a civil rights matter in the U.S., ain't it?
yeah, it is. I looked it up, and it was founded by mostly black people, and there was, a Jewish person or two. Like, okay, there was a Jewish person or two or a couple, but if you look at the history, the Jewish people were fighting along in the civil movement for the most part. Like they were the group of whites that were fighting with, the black and brown community during the civil rights movement. It has nothing to do with APAC. And then he said, "Oh yeah, well the reason they APAC invested money into them, I guess now today they invest money into the NAACP." He said, "Well now today the reason they invest money into them is because." They founded them. They founded them, and there's Jewish people all in it. Like, dude, that's just like everything you say, everything he says is, oh, they control the world, this or that, man. It's simply not true. Like, I feel like it's almost like, a Jewish man stole his girlfriend in high school or something. Like, damn, man. Like,
Something.
damn.
Something.
Like,
That's
you
what
gotta wonder.
hey, Andrea, I see a comment I like. Andrea said, I almost went down the Islam over USA. Look at, hey, Andrea, you're preaching to the choir. I know this. Unequivocally, I know this. And they want to talk about Jews coming in and stealing Israel. Um, Look at all the land that Islam, that Muslims tried to take. It is ridiculous. Back between, back just before, I don't know, maybe 700 or 800 AD, um, they had a good chunk of like Europe that they took over, the Middle East and Europe. They had a big chunk. They rank up there with I'm not gonna say like Genghis Khan, but they were up there in
Oh, my nose.
conquered territories just with the rest of them. It was ridiculous.
What's the example about the Ottoman Empire? Oh, yeah. I mean, they took over a lot of stuff. They've always taken over a lot of stuff. Is it true that,
Yep,
Sharia law is banned in Florida? Probably. Sounds about right to me.
I hope so. I mean, it's a no brainer. There already be stuff in place banning Sharia law. I mean, I don't see how Sharia law can coexist with our Constitution. I mean, right
Yeah.
out the gate with Sharia law, women do not have a voice. So does that not contradict a woman's rights in the U.S. according to the Constitution?
They will literally make the woman wear the hijab and cover their whole face and like this, and the men will be
To me,
wearing
that's a
shorts
pity.
and showing their arms off, and they'll say, "Oh,
Yeah,
it's
to
not
me, that's a
oppressive.
pity. That
It's
is
not oppressive." They'll scream at the top of their lungs, "Islam is not
maybe
oppressive."
I'm weird. Maybe I'm weird, but I mean, I don't want to sound like a pervert either. But I mean, I like to see women. Us men are ugly. Us men are rough. And I'm not saying like I just check women out like a pervert, but I like to see the beauty of a woman. I mean, not like, ooh, I'm gonna go see if I can get that. No, I mean, I can look from afar and say, now that's a classy lady, or that's a beautiful lady. And you just with those hijabs or whatever they call them that they wear over their face, you lose something.
Basically, Islam is not compatible with Western values. 100%. We have 2 likes in here,
Yeah.
guys. We ain't that bad. Smash that like button. Smash that like
You
button.
know what? Beauty of a woman is only for her husband. Okay, I get that. But like I said, I'm not looking from afar like, it's I'm sorry, a woman, it don't have to be a thin girl, don't have to it be a big girl. If they take care of themselves and doll themselves up, I mean, they're like a pretty flower. I can respectfully look at a woman and appreciate their beauty without bringing shame upon my own wife. It's not like I gawk or catcall. I'm completely and 110% respectful.
Okay, let's talk about this comment for a second. Someone said, well, places with Sharia law are quite safe. I mean, North Korea is pretty safe. I mean, I don't know what your point is.
I'm not giving
Places
my
with
values. I'm
oppressive
not giving my,
laws and oppressive values are normally pretty safe.
yeah, I'm not giving my liberty up for safety. Fuck
When you
that.
give up
If
your
you give
liberty,
your,
when you give up your liberty, it normally is relatively safe.
yeah, well, Benjamin Franklin said those that would give up their freedom for safety deserves neither.
Oof. Both of you wearing hat indoors? How do you know I'm indoors? What if I have like an open roof?
There's something wrong. It's my house. I'll wear a hat wherever the hell I want to. I think it's the Trump 2028 stuff that pisses them
It
off.
does. I'm so proud of my president. I have friends who are Islamics. They're not bad. They're not all bad. I never said they were all
No,
bad.
I don't want Trump to violate the constitutional amendments. I want him to amend the Constitution, just like they did after FDR serving 4 terms. I want him to get them amended. And the way that the Democrat Party has imploded and destroyed their party, I'm sure that the Republicans are going to pick up enough seats to where if Trump does want to run for a third term, that they're going to have the votes to amend that. So there's nothing more
Okay,
constitutional than giving the
here's
voters
another
what they
fun
want.
fact. You're gonna like this one. People that are my age, I think it's Gen Z. Uh, from 10 years ago, people that were my age, that were white males that were my age, 47% of them were Democrat voters. Today, this is just, no one said, if anyone out there says, give a source, give a source. This is directly from the Hill. And you can also look this up from other places. But 10 years ago, people my age that were white, that were men, 47% of them were Democrats. Today, 29% of them that are white, that are my age, are Democrat voters. What does that tell you? That ain't doing too good.
No.
29% of them.
So what's the other?
They're all
Republican or
MAGA.
something else? They're
They're
all
all
MAGA?
no,
Holy
I don't
moly.
know. I don't know if they're all MAGA, but majority of them are probably Republican or MAGA. It is true. I just gave you a source. Can you give me a source to tell me otherwise?
They're not interested in that.
Yeah, just saying it's not true or calling me a liar is not a reasonable way to debate. If you want to prove me wrong, give me a source.
That's just like you have to be like one of the other things that we've been arguing about in Discord is the 2020 election fraud. You are not ever going to convince me that there was not any that there wasn't fraud, and especially you ain't going to convince me there wasn't enough fraud to sway the election. And one particular person says, "Well, judges heard 60 of the cases." No, they didn't. They threw them out. Throwing them out is not hearing the case. Just going across the case and saying, "Oh, there's not enough evidence here," and not hearing the case is not hearing the case. That is not winning a case. And it was like you have to be real careful on how you word your search. But the way I worded it was, how many 2020 fraud 2020 election fraud cases was heard through completion in the courts? And out of 60 cases, only one.
Oof.
Only one.
Yeah, that's
And
insanity.
then the next thing they want to say is, well, there was Trump appointed judges too. Let's be real here, Graham. Trump has his flaws, and one of his biggest flaws, in my opinion, is he's not a very good judge of character. Look at
I
Pence.
agree. I agree. He's had too many people
Look
turn
at
against
Barr.
him.
He's had so many people turn against him, and them judges are no different.
2028 dictatorship? No, it'd just be another 4-year term. But guys, slap
Yep.
that like button. Slap that like button.
You know, I
Subscribe.
do wish I
Subscribe.
do feel like
Subscribe.
one of the things that hurts our nation is having just a 4-year term in a president. They win both of them and they get 8 years. That's better. But, I would actually like to see them change that to 5-year terms or something like that, where they
Yeah, no
actually
kidding.
have a chance to. Of course, the downside of that is if Biden had one more year, good gravy, the shit we'd be in right now.
Why would Biden run again? He has anal cancer. What kind of question is that? You trying to
Does he
kick a
really have
man when he's
anal?
down?
Does he really have anal cancer?
You didn't know that Biden has cancer in his ass? I forget what it's called, prostate cancer.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
Shit.
announced at the beginning of this year that he had prostate cancer, and he literally has stage 4 or 5 prostate cancer, man. You don't get stage
He
4 or
won't be
5.
around long.
Yeah, you don't have 4 or 5. My throat hurts. You don't have prostate cancer. You don't have stage 4 or 5 prostate cancer without it being around for literally years. Not to mention, he was the president of the
Yeah.
United States.
Yeah. Why didn't they do something about it?
Well, he already had it, but they never announced it. That's my theory.
Hmm. I've got a friend who had prostate cancer, and they hit it with radiation. They actually implanted a radioactive isotope in him. And this is where where doctors get you. It's not an exact science. It is I guess that's why they call it a practice or something like that. Because there is a little bit of a guess and stuff in everything. But they gave him too much of an isotope. He lived, but it ate his cancer up, but it tore his insides up.
Yes, Andre, I'm fine. I'm getting better. I actually feel 100 times better
Hey,
today.
hey, Spiff FPV. Just out of curiosity, do you fly drones? Is that what the FPV is, Spiff?
Oh, the
If you
Democrats
do
are
fly
mad.
drones,
If you
Spiff
guys have any
FPV. If you
questions,
do fly drones,
comments, anything you want to talk about,
uh,
uh,
I fly
drop
drones
some
too.
drop some
You
super
gotta check my
chats.
channel out. Yes, you gotta check my channel out, Spliff. Tom Pepin TV. I've got the DJI racer, the DJI FPV. I love it. You'd call me a DJI fanboy, but I'm going to buy a new drone. I've done convinced myself I'm buying a new drone this Christmas. I'm going to get that new uh, 3D flying drone that does the 3-dimensional stuff.
Damn, that's cool.
Sorry, Graham.
2028, freaking delusional.
No,
No,
ain't nothing
man, he ain't trying
delusional
to steal
about it.
my viewers. Go subscribe to his channel, Tom Pepin TV. don't say that to my friend. I don't. I don't know what language that is. It's funny. I have a cracked lip because I'm sick, and these people are giving me third grader insults, and I actually just laugh at them because I remember literally going into the 4th or 5th grade. You'll have not even the 4th or 5th grade. Let's say middle school, maybe 12, 13 years old. You'll have like a little pimple here, or you'll be sick. Your lips will be cracked. People will say herpes, herpes. Like, dude, that's not even offensive. That's just like stupid. It's funny as shit.
Damn.
Like, I'm not offended by that.
You can't even tell your lips are cracked though.
I mean, apparently they keep saying herpes. Maybe it just looks red. I don't know.
Man, gosh, when I was in elementary, no, it was in high school. I was like a freshman in high school, and they brought the blood van for everybody to donate blood, and you got out of class for like half a day to go do his stuff. I didn't want to give blood, but I wanted out of class. And when I went in there and they screened you, they asked if I had any diseases. I said, yeah, I have herpes gonosyphilate.
Oh my god! Did you really
They
say
didn't even
that?
fuck her. Yeah, they didn't take my blood. They didn't even check me. But I got out
No,
of my classes and I didn't have to give blood. I hated needles. But yeah,
oh,
I
me
said, yeah, I
too.
have
I wasn't that smart. I just said, no, I'll just sit here in class.
Obama has his hands full, and besides, it ain't nobody going to vote for that gay president. He's out of the bag now. I can't even keep his gay marriage going, allegedly. I heard
Allegedly.
Obama likes the hot dog.
Likes? He loves the hot dog.
Yeah, it's not kid ourselves. He loves the hot dog, allegedly.
This isn't a Trump shrine. This is just facts. Probably the
Excuse me.
farthest right you'll ever see on YouTube. No, brother, we're not that far right.
I'm
We're
just
not.
right so far.
I mean, the only thing
Yeah, I'm
we're
not.
right about is Trump was right about everything.
Yeah, I'm not far right. I'm just right so far.
3 terms is not constitutional. I'm not going to keep speaking about this. FDR ran 4 terms. I don't think
Yeah,
Erica
we just
Kirk
want to.
is old enough to run in 2028. Is she?
No, no, I don't know if she'll run or not. Though, have you heard anything?
No, but she should run in like 2032 after Trump's 3rd term. What's your highest qualifications? Well, I did go to Trump University. Does that count?
Um,
See,
I did. I did watch Convoy and Smoking the Bandit 1 and 2. That would be my highest qualifications. I can
man,
now
I
use
can't
a
believe
CB. I can outrun the law, and I know a bunch of trucker talk because of it.
Jimmy Kimmel supposedly got his show back, man. Who the hell is giving this man his show back?
On ABC?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Shit. Don't nobody watch that fucking weirdo.
Tucker Carlson should be president, man. I just got to get to 50 or 100,000 subscribers. Maybe I can work with Tucker Carlson. Like I
I
said,
mean,
the woman that pretty much I grew up around, that was my mom's best friend. Her son has the same birthday as me. She goes to Tucker Carlson's parties all the time, and she works at Tucker Carlson's one of his favorite restaurants that he goes to weekly. And she doesn't take any pictures with them. She doesn't tell people that she knows them, et cetera, et cetera. You know,
that's how
celebrities
you
and
get. That's how you get the cool attention with them, though. They'll
yeah, it
actually
is
sit and
because
talk to somebody like that. I've met a lot of.
yeah,
I've met actually quite a few famous people, and if you don't just sit there and take their pictures and act like a starstruck fan, if you just act like a normal somebody, you'll get the more of a quality interaction with them being just a normal person.
yep. At first, Tucker Carlson met Charlie Kirk, and he thought he was a grifter. He thought he wasn't serious about his political views, but that was when he was 18. But then time kept going on, and Tucker Carlson realized that he was very, very serious about what he was doing. And then they started going to dinners together, and then they started building a close relationship. And then Tucker Carlson, started supporting Charlie.
Yeah,
The sad thing is, this wasn't even the first time that Charlie Kirk, and I think it was a couple years back, someone threatened to kill Charlie Kirk on Twitter. It was a 17-year-old guy. I don't really remember the whole thing of what went on, but this kid that was 17 ended up getting 4 years in prison. The FBI apprehended him all
I
because of
like
his
this.
threats.
I like his comment. Nazis live streaming in 2025. The fuck is going on? Just imagine that. The Nazis support Israel more than for your liking. Imagine that. Who's the
Imagine
Nazi
that. The
now?
Nazis support the Jewish community. Imagine that. All right, you know what, Mr. Machine? That's disgusting. You're getting kicked out of here. No one should be killed for their words, and if you're spreading that rhetoric, you will be kicked out of chat. I don't care.
I wouldn't even be afraid of being kicked out of chat with everything that's been going on right now with that kind of rhetoric. I would be afraid of Big Brother knocking my door down.
Yeah, no kidding, but I
It's
guess it's kind of easy to hide in
stupid.
Australia.
I'd say that there's some countries you could be in if you was pushing that kind of rhetoric, it would be worse to be in some countries than to be in the US, because the worst that's going to happen to you here is they're going to knock your door down and haul you off to jail. But I'd say, and there's some countries out there that it would be worse than that.
Chantel said, "You're so misinformed. Can you please explain in definition? Saying misinformation, misinformed, liar, 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 wrong is not a debating talking point. If we're wrong about something, say it specifically. We can investigate into this or give a source." First Amendment, that's right. John, I have not seen any of your comments. Do you not see the 400 people in here? If there's something you want us to discuss or talk about, drop some super chats. Hello, Barcelona.
I
George
don't know anything about
Lopez.
that. It's one person asked, "What do you think about the quarter basis point cut by the Fed?" I'm not familiar with that.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened. The federal government cut interest rates by a quarter point.
That ain't shit.
Yeah, I know, but they're going to cut it more.
They need to.
Yeah, they do need to.
I
That's
mean,
a
that would
Trump
daggone
shrine. Here, you
that
want a
would
better look
fire
at it?
lowering interest rates would fire up the construction industry big time.
What do you think of the quarter pounder? I don't know, man. I don't even like McDonald's.
Believe it or not, I like to get my hamburgers. I just had two of them today at the gas station down the road, the Exxon. Exxon has excellent hamburgers. They got some. I'm telling you what. Now, not all gas stations are the same, but here at mine down the road here, man, it's these little old country women, man, and they cook the best food.
They do cook the best food, but some of these comments are hilarious. They're so mad. They're so mad. Like I can't
Any
even.
thoughts on blood sausage? Blood sausage?
I get my burgers from Exxon Mobil. Oh, bro, that's disgusting.
Who said that?
Someone in the chats.
I mean, that's pretty much what mine is. I don't know about the mobile part, but it's Exxon. They have a deli back in there. You can buy fish bait and everything.
Australia is inferior to the United States. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and
What?
that's one of the things that America has that no other country has is our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is impeccable. That's why I believe a lot of the manufacturers would come back to the U.S. is because of our infrastructure. We can
Oh,
move goods and materials coast to coast with the greatest of ease.
oh! It turns out John is also from Australia. Why am I not surprised?
Do I know John?
No, but he's a
For one
hater.
thing, Australia doesn't have our infrastructure. I was just making that point clear. And then your all's major ports are owned by China now.
And not to mention, where do most people create $1 million enterprises, and where do more people become millionaires? In Australia or the United States? Which country creates more millionaires and successful entrepreneurs? Australia or America?
You know, what is Australia's biggest import? I mean, I've not
I
seen
don't
very
know.
many
Their
things on
meat.
our shelves that says made in Australia.
Their meat. We don't need them.
They might raise the cows in Australia, but I found out that they actually get their beef from America.
We don't need your steel. We have American steel, which is 100 times better. So talk to me later.
Yep.
I guarantee you,
And the
within the next
American
5 years, you
steel
guys
industry,
are going to be buying American steel.
yeah, I got pictures. Let me see if I can find them. I take a picture every time I go by there. Yeah, you can't really see the man. There's a man over in here somewhere, but they got a man down on the ground now with a freaking cutting torch, and he's cutting a lot of this big steel up so that these cranes can move it. But yeah, this mountain of steel just keeps growing and growing and growing, and they don't have enough help. American Steel fixing to boom.
You know what? Australia always does have something to say about America. I'm not here to show hate against Australia, but I think it's pretty pathetic talking about another country that is literally superior to your country. Why would you be talking about, you know, America this, America that? I mean, I can understand criticizing a couple things here and there, making our talking points, but don't be anti American when you're living in a country that doesn't have as high a salary, as much opportunities, doesn't have as many millionaires, doesn't have as much, financial resources and opportunities. I don't want to hear it. I'm a centralist liberal and I hate what happened to Charlie. I hope his family and supporters find peace. I don't think we have to agree on everything to call out objectively wrongdoing. Thank you, fabled verse.
Yep.
I 100% agree with you on that.
And I gave you a like fabled verse. I saw your comment earlier on the same thing, by the way. I did see your comment. Thank
I
you.
didn't I didn't see your comment, but he did, I guess.
I mean, I guess monetarily, I'm not a millionaire, but I mean, I'm pretty successful. I have a
I mean, you
Harley.
make more than the you
I
make
have,
more than the average Australian. I mean, hell, you make
yeah,
more than the average American. So, and the average
I have a
Australian doesn't make
Harley.
as much as the average American. So,
I have a John Deere. I have my house is paid for
he has
finally.
acres of property.
Manufacturing can't come back to the U.S. in a major way because use we are the
World
world
Reserve.
reserve. We would needs to lose that status for that to work. I don't know about
Um,
that. I'm giving you a like
Not true.
anyways.
In the 1950s, a lot of stuff was made in America, and we were still the world reserve. So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. How do you
Yeah.
figure that? What are they talking about? Our minimum wage is double? I mean, damn near double, yeah.
Yeah, but the
Australia's
thing is, we
Australia's
have
minimum
minimum
wage is
wage.
about $12 or $13 US.
Yeah, our minimum wage here in my area is actually like $7.50 an hour. It's pretty pitiful, but nobody starts out at 750. That it's like the minimum wage, nobody is making minimum wage where I'm at. And I mean, it's McDonald jobs or working at Dollywood or working putt golf courses or working go kart tracks. And they're at least making 12 and $13 an hour, almost double the minimum wage.
I've talked to many Australian women. I'm not really a fan. Most of them are radical leftists. And also, the second thing I'll say is people are screaming at the top of their lungs, oh, we don't have shootings in Australia. Okay, you still have lots of violence, especially from all the illegal immigrants you're letting into your country. So doesn't really matter if people are dying, they're dying, and lots of people are dying in Australia. Don't be frustrated that the Australia Don't be frustrated that the Australia minimum wage and the average salary in Australia is much lower than America. Not to mention the cost of living in Australia is also much higher. Not only are your wages lower in Australia, but the cost of living is much higher than America. And dude, do you know how insane that is? America has some of the highest cost of living in the world, but somehow Australia manages to, have higher cost of living with lower salaries. That's fucked up, my guy.
Dude, I thought it was funny that, correct me if I'm wrong, but the other guy the other day talking about the DEI was saying some of the smartest people comes out of Africa. I about died when I heard that. If that's the case, then why is most of them still living in grass huts?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, he conceded to the fact that DEI is probably not the best way to do things. He conceded to the fact that he rather hire in who he wants and who he thinks he's qualified. But you want to know one good question I should ask him about DEI? One good question I should ask them. I should have said, if you start a brand new company, if you start a brand new company and say DEI is for all companies, forget about the employee minimum or whatever you say there is. Say you start a brand new company. There's a black man and he's a black man. So as a black man, there's a black man that's filing. He has the same application, the same experience as a white man. Who are you going to hire? The black man that's similar to you, or the white man that has the exact same experience, the exact same application? If he lies and said he would hire the white man, he is lying through his teeth. He would 100% hire the black man. But then
Yeah.
he would start screaming. Here's his argument. He would start screaming, that's exactly why we need DEI. That's exactly why we need DEI. Well, I just made the example of, if you're only hiring your first employee, a brand new company, no employee minimum, you can only hire one guy. You're only hiring one guy for your company. Thank you, CJC93. Thank you for that super chat. But no, say you can only hire one person for your company, and there's DEI, and you have to hire, whatever, and you can only hire one person. One person. They have the same qualifications. They're the same age, even. They have the same years of experience, the same everything. One's a black man and one's a white man. Who do you think the black man is going to hire?
Black man's going to hire the black man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Where's the DEI? And here's what I got to
How
say
many
about
school
DEI.
shootings in Australia? I mean, there was a couple last year. I looked into this before, but why do school shootings matter? You guys still have people dying.
You know that sub that went down to visit the Titanic and ended up sinking? It was
You mean,
DEI hires that was in charge of that sub, and DEI did not work out for that submersible at all.
was it really a
Here-
DEI hire?
Yeah, yeah. After that, I'll tell you this story real quick. Didn't read that comment, the super chat, but they actually had a experienced submersible crew that was taking care of that submersible, and they even said that it seaworthy or whatever. It wasn't up to make the trip down to see the Titanic. So the owner of the sub fired everybody, okay, and hired a DEI crew. And they immediately signed off it was okay. And look, it didn't come back up. It was a one-way trip, an implosion.
That's
So
terrible.
DEI did not work out well for that.
Yeah, it did not work out
Yep.
well. But also, if you're that rich, maybe you shouldn't be doing, stupid activities. Don't go skydiving. Don't go swimming with the sharks. Don't play with God. I think that's bad juju to play with God like that. But just my opinion.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. I mean, if you're gonna,
Hey,
risk your life, maybe you can risk your life by speaking out and using your First Amendment. Maybe you can risk your life by protecting your family and your loved ones. Maybe you can, uh, risk your life by charging into the battlefield against globalists. But do not risk your life for fun. That is ridiculous.
here we go. Stephen Williams says a strong dollar means other countries need more of their money to buy our stuff, like toys or candy, so it costs them more.
Let me think about this for a second. But also, I see
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
kind of
saying. I see what you're saying. When they have more of our dollars, because when we buy things from them, we're giving them U.S. dollars, which also can some in some ways bring the dollar up. I mean, this is an economist kind of perspective. Many people may argue with this, but some people would say that when we buy stuff from other countries, we're giving them U.S. dollars, so that can bring up the value of the U.S. dollar. But in my personal opinion, they don't need to. We don't need to buy things from them that are unnecessary. We can produce more in America. They can buy stuff from us, and you know what? We should charge them if they want to buy stuff from us. I'm not sure, 100% sure about how the global trade works, but they should, use U.S. dollars. They should buy U.S. dollars to buy our goods. In my personal opinion, I'm pretty sure they might, but I don't want to be 100% corrected. But in the
yeah,
1950s, the dollar was extremely powerful. It was still backed by gold. We made a lot of stuff in the United States. It was all produced in the United States. We were one of the main manufacturing hubs of the world. The dollar is
yeah.
strong. Having buying other goods from other companies has shown us in the last 20 years that it's not making the U.S. dollar any stronger. I'm just pointing that out there. So I kind of disagree with what you're saying. And another thing someone said, I'm clipping what you said about school shootings not matter. It's not really the full thing I said. I said, why does it matter if a school shooting happens? Yes, people die all the time. If the school shootings do matter, we should have guns, teachers with guns in the school protecting the school. We should be protecting our kids. But the facts are,
Teachers need to be stepping up.
yeah, teachers need to be stepping
Let me
up.
tell you what, I'm just a truck driver. I'm just an everyday citizen, and I carry a little 38 with me, just a little pocket pistol, and I do it because if I'm ever in that situation, I feel like it's my responsibility to safeguard the younger generations. We, as the older generation, owes that to the younger generation, no matter what we do. And I didn't sign up to be a hero. I didn't sign up to be an armed guard. But we, as adults, owe this to the younger generation. And now Lord Nero
I'll
has
read
a
it in a second. Let me
comment. You
say
want
one
to read
more
it?
point. One more point before we get into the super chat. I do agree that school shootings matter. Like I said, in Texas, it's a law. In Texas, it's a law. You have to have armed guards in your school. There's also schools in Texas where the teachers have guns. You never see any incidents happening there with when the schools and the teachers have guns. You never see any incidents happening there. And second off, why the reason I said why do the school shootings matter? Why do they matter when Australia has stabbings and other incidents of violences and people are dying in masses in Australia? So saying the reason that your country is better is because you don't have school shootings is a pathetic cope. You know, the reason that you're going to
Yeah.
cope with this is the fact that you'll never probably be able to immigrate to the United States. Even if you absolutely wanted to, the United States would probably reject your visa or they wouldn't want you to come. And that's for a damn good reason. I do believe, there should be more legal immigration, but a lot of these people really don't deserve to come into the states. It's not a privilege. It's not a God-given privilege to come into the United States. The Democrats seem to think it's a
It's a
God-given
privilege, not a
privilege.
right. Yeah,
I
it's a
mean, you're
privilege,
right.
not
It's
a
a
right.
privilege. It's not a God-given right. That's what I meant to say. It's not a God-given right to have a United States citizenship. It's not a God-given right to have a United States citizenship. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to come in, you have to apply for one of the programs, and the programs are there for a reason. Many people will say, "Oh, we should let more people in the country. We should make an easier process." Okay, yes, I agree in some ways. I think marital visas should be quicker. I mean, I hear a lot of people getting their foreign wives, husbands into the country in a year or two, which I think is pretty fair. And second, I think these systems are in place because this is the greatest country in the world. We're not like Australia. This is the country you can come to and be a millionaire, or not even a millionaire. Maybe you just want to work a great job with great pay. There's lots of opportunities. The point is, the country is filled with opportunities. It's not even about the money. You don't need to be a billionaire and whatnot. But the point is that there's more opportunities in this country than anywhere else on the world. So it should not be,
Oh,
a
absolutely.
God-given, natural born right to, come into the country. So let's go to Lord Narrow's one. You can read this, sure.
At its core, the value of the US dollar determines how much foreign currency it can buy. A strong dollar increases purchasing power, making imports cheaper, but exports more expensive. Hmm.
That is true. That's 100% true. That's why we need a stronger U.S. dollar. That way, if we do need something, we can import. We can
We
import
have
stuff
buying
cheaper.
power.
But if people want to buy stuff
Oh,
from
okay.
us, it should be more expensive, so it can benefit our country. What else did Lord Narrow say? I saw another one of his comments. Lower
Let me
interest
look for it.
rates means cheaper to borrow, which leads to more investment, particularly in the financial current debt to lower payment. Yep, 100%. They're screaming at me to release the list.
Average
You have,
citizen, you missed it. I released the list a few weeks ago now.
yeah, you guys missed it. We already released the list.
Did I not release the list? Did I not release the list on this?
We have released the list. I just have to post a clip, but yeah, we've released the list.
And Trump's name's all over the list. So you should be happy.
More people are not going to China. You're actually wrong about that, but
Yeah. You know what? That is the biggest bunch of bullshit I've heard all day. That's funny. More people are going to China. You need to look up a little video called Tofu Dredge. China lies about everything. You can't trust anything the Chinese says.
the majority of
I
millionaires are
mean,
moving
you
to the
you can't.
US.
Would you drink a Chinaman's Coke?
Probably not.
You know that old saying? Me Chinese, me play joke, me put PP in your
Oh my
Coke.
gosh, I heard that before. I have no clue what some of these comments are talking about.
Yeah, I don't either. Obama and Clinton's all over all now. Yeah, you know, I don't know if Obama's all over the list or not, but now we know Clinton. We know Clinton's all over that motherfucker. I mean, I don't doubt that Obama's on it, but I think everybody has to agree on both sides of the aisle that Clinton's probably got his own page of the list.
I like Lord Nero's comment. No one here has read through 36,000 screenshots of the Epstein files. Yeah, no kidding. Inflation will decrease our purchasing power. Well, luckily, inflation is going down, so that's a benefit, I guess.
Yeah, but I gave you a like, Stephen Williams. Hopefully, the Fed's lowering interest rates will help with inflation too.
I'm
Think
not
it
an
will?
economist. I have to do more research on this kind of topics, but possibly. I don't believe you, Steve. I don't believe that. I mean, lending is already happening. Steven, since you're such an expert about the U.S. dollar, can you give us one example of something that will increase the value of the U.S. dollar? Please tell us. We want to hear from the college economist. Maybe you're right, Steven. I don't know. I'd have to do research. I've heard that before. But tell us of an example, Steven, how the U.S. dollar can go up in its value.
Good Lord. Out came the demons, I say.
Yeah, okay, the demons. So no examples of how the U.S. dollar can increase. Still waiting, Steven. That was not my question.
I think if we became energy independent, that the value of the dollar would go up.
You know what? I like Anthony's comment because it's actually against his political policy beliefs. Anthony says by investing in the US dollar with other countries' currencies. You know how we can do that? By other countries buying goods that we manufacture, by us tariffing those other countries so they can, buy our goods and whatnot. Children get killed in school shootings every day. You're absolutely delusional. Get rid of guns, get rid of shootings. No? I mean, you're from the UK, so how about this? Since you're from the UK, did getting rid of knives, get rid of stabbings in the United Kingdom, did that work for you guys? It seemed like it worked pretty good, actually.
Heck,
You're
y'all
still
can't get
having
rid of your
stabbing every
Muslim
single
problem.
day. And by the way, there isn't school shootings every day, so I don't know where you get your information from. But did getting rid of knives in England, they banned knives in England. Did that stop the stabbings? You can't carry a knife in public anymore in England. Did that stop the stabbings? Did it? I'm waiting, 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 waiting. I guess not. It kind
Criminals
of brought stabbings
don't
to
care
record
about
highs,
laws.
didn't it?
Yeah, like they're exactly 5 minutes alone. They've got a Muslim problem on their hands.
Yep. How about instead of worrying about our school shootings, you put England first and start worrying about all the illegal alien immigrants that are coming to your country, all the fake asylum seekers that are taking over your country.
Yep. Y'all better start worrying about your all's Muslim problem. Otherwise, you ain't going to be eating your beans and biscuits in the morning.
Did you know they don't even have a thing called illegal immigrants in England? They just let anyone come into the country and they can apply for asylum. They don't tell them they have to wait outside the country. They don't tell them they have to
That's
wait
right, Andrea.
They don't tell them they have to wait at a port of entry. All they tell them is, "Oh, come on inside. You can apply for asylum. You only have to leave if we reject if we reject your asylum," which they never reject their asylums. So literally,
Lord Nero has a Lord Nero has a good comment here. The value of the dollar is intrinsically tied to investment demand and global savings, like central banks and investment institutions. That is literally 80% of the strength. So, what if we decentralize the banking? What would that do to the dollar? Just curious.
England has a problem. They don't have anything called illegal immigration. When people pull up on boats that are murderers, killers, rapists, with no background checks, with no paperwork, with no ID, they welcome them in with open arms. They don't have any system of deporting people that freshly come onto their soil without any paperwork. They just say, "Oh, come on in, come on in. As long as you apply for asylum, once you're in here, you're good to go. You can stay as long as you want. We'll figure all this out later." Like, what kind of fucking country is this? Put England first. Stop worrying about America. If you're in England, worry about England. If you're from England, then worry about England.
Yeah. 5 minutes alone says I'm new here. So is this channel for Trump or talk about random political issues? I would say the latter. I'd say more random political issues, but we do support Trump. We are all about Trump. We like what Trump's doing.
Yeah, worry about England's, freedom of speech, how you can't say anything you want on Facebook, otherwise the police might come knocking on your door and arrest you.
Lord Nero answered my question here. It says depends on the pivot into decentralized funds. American dollar is the most invested into non-traditional vessels like specific the crypto space. Hmm.
That doesn't happen. Tell that to the 4,000 people arrested last year in England for, their freedom of speech.
Yeah, there's people in England that's doing time right now for just saying, I love bacon. I mean, I love bacon.
More
There, did
people.
you know? I got a video. JD Delay had a video where a lady in a hijabi and a police outfit and a white lady came to someone's house because their anxiety.
That is flipping
Their
crazy.
kid gave someone
I'm not surprised.
anxiety. So what if I say? What if I say? Highway pirate comment gave me anxiety, and they can come and arrest you for it. I mean, is that not
That is
bullshit?
bullshit.
People need to grow some thick skin, grow up, become a man or a woman, and fuck your feelings.
Completely underrated, laughing my ass off. This is some real unk talk. Well, thanks for saying that we're underrated, I guess. I appreciate that. And as I was saying, more people in England got arrested last year for freedom of speech than Russia. Tell me there's not a problem in England. I didn't see
Oh,
it.
there's definitely a problem in England.
I don't
There's
remember
a
the problem
problem in
there being.
Ireland right now.
Oh, there is. APAC, if you're watching this, please fund this channel. That is true. That's 100% true.
What?
Yeah, Amsterdam is cool, but you guys got to stay on top of your politics because it's not perfect. But neither is America. I'm not going to go there because you didn't go there. So
They had little. So I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can take that.
well, Amsterdam is starting to have the same problem as England, but they're doing okay right now. The Netherlands is doing
Oh
okay,
my
but
gosh. Andrea said in 2024, Mohammed was the most popular
oh
male
my
baby name in
god,
Ireland. Oh my gosh. Mick Muhammad.
oh
Mick
my
Mohammed. I
god,
can
that's
see it now.
horrible.
Someone go get Mick Muhammad. Mohammed. That's a tongue twister. Say that, Mick Mohammed. Like McHines or McKinley
Elon and Trump
or
are back
McCarthy.
together, baby. I don't know if you heard about this, but at Charlie
No, I
Kirk's
didn't. I've seen videos and I've seen where they've been talking, but enlighten me, my brother. What's going on
They
with
hung
Musk
out during
and
Charlie
Trump?
Kirk's funeral, and they were like, meeting up. They were shaking hands. They were being real nice to each other. They hung out during the entire funeral, and then Elon posted today a photo of him and Trump shaking hands, and they said, "This is for Charlie."
Good. Hey, real quick, Andrea said Mohammed McLaughlin. McLaughlin. That's
What is
a
disturbing?
mouthful. But yeah, I would. It's I like Trump and Musk. Okay, and that's no secret, right, Graham?
That's
Have
no
I not
secret.
always made? I've maintained the view of I like them both. Thing is you've got the most influential man in the world sharing the most financially powerful man in the world. Those egos are going to clash. And I mean, I love Trump to death, but let's face it, he does have an ego. I mean, heck, some might say I have an ego.
Okay, correct. I'll do a. I'm googling what they said. I'm googling what she said. Okay, so maybe that's not 100% true, but it is the most popular baby name for foreigners that moved to Ireland in 2025. The most popular baby name for foreigners that are outside, moving to Ireland is Muhammad.
I hate the fact that these people are naming their children after a sexual deviant.
Cherry picking. So, what subject is approved by you? Who the hell is cherry picking? Are you talking about me? Or is there someone named cherry picking? I guess you're talking about me. I have no clue what you're talking about. We can talk about anything you guys want. Drop a super chat. Otherwise, we might restart this live stream and try to get a few more people on here if you have 30 or so more minutes.
Nah, I'm gonna have to hop off here. I gotta do some laundry for tomorrow and stuff.
Okay, all good.
But I appreciate you having me on though.
Absolutely. No, someone said you were cherry picking. What am I cherry picking?
I mean, from time to time I nose pick.
Should we recognize Palestine like France? I mean, I don't really care. What difference does it make? What are your thoughts about that?
About what?
Recognizing Palestine as its own country.
It ain't gonna change nothing. You still gonna have the same people taking hostages. What's gonna change?
What hate have we
They've turned
spread?
it down. They've turned statehood down. Palestine's turned statehood down like 5 times in the past 50 years. Why is it going to do anything now? I'm sorry. I'm not going to recognize Hamas as a state. I'm not going to give Hamas the respect due for a state. Nor am I going to give Islamists that kind of respect. I can honestly say I have a disdain for Islam in me,
So, what do you think?
right or
Someone
wrong.
commented this. This was a good comment. What do you think about how someone said it's crazy that you're supporting Elon when he's trying to make truck drivers obsolete? I mean, actually, in my personal opinion, I'll tell my opinion, then you can say your opinion. But in my opinion, I watched those videos from 5 years ago when he introduced the self-driving, truck that never came out. And what he said was he's not trying to make them obsolete. From what I remember back then, he said that a trucker would be riding inside of the vehicle. It would just make it easier for
Mhm.
everyone all around. But
Well, I don't like the idea of a truck driver being replaced, of course, obviously. Um, but it doesn't change the fact that I like Elon Musk. I like a lot of his innovations. The man lands rockets on the pad they take off on, for crying out loud. What's not to like? I'm not going to begrudge the man because me and him have a difference in opinion. I'm sorry. We're going to have to always have a truck driver in the vehicle. Now, they might be automated by AI, but you got to have the human element. It sucks, but you could rear end a truck driver right now, and a an ambulance chasing lawyer is going to take that case and try and get a settlement out of the company. They ain't gonna get that settlement with AI. You have to have the human factor in there. And
Yeah.
besides, I think that lawyers will be replaced in AI before a skilled driver, just because, well, AI already has the tap into intelligence. They already have all the information. Getting information and printing papers out's going to be way easier than skillfully driving a vehicle or getting a truck unstuck or applying or removing snow chains or unhooking a trailer, uh, changing out the bulbs on the. What are they going to have a robot get out and change the bulbs?
Yeah, no kidding. But these people that have never even driven a truck know all about truck driving. They know all about it.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
ridiculous.
care how many cameras you put on a vehicle, there's always a blind spot. Rail systems are great for getting goods across coast to coast, but they still ain't quite as fast as transfer companies.
I don't
I
think.
could make it. I could make it to California, I think, in 4 days, 4 hard days. I'm not sure how many miles it is from East Tennessee to California exactly, but in 4 days, I should be able to cover about 2,800 miles. If I ain't there on the fourth day, I'm damn near close.
Someone said scientists will be
So
replaced. 70% of scientists will be replaced by AI. I highly, highly doubt that.
I don't know if they're talking to me or someone else, but Highway Power it says, "So Tom, will you denounce Hamas and say Hamas is terrorist?"
They're talking to the
That's
other
why
guy,
people
but
say,
yeah.
"Okay." And I was gonna say, "Hey, I already tell you, Hamas is terrorists. Fuck Hamas. Fuck Islamists. They like Andrea said, they want to take over. They want to destroy Israel. They want to take over the U.S. They're if something don't change, they're going to take over the U.K. They might even take over Ireland. People need to take a minute and take a look around, not go, oh well, we're able to praise the Lord how we see fit. We need to make sure that they can too. And next thing you know, they taking us over because you allowed them in. Because oh, you just had to back their rights. You're a retard. Whoever thinks like that.
Yeah. What about
Oh, okay,
Russia?
Highway Pirate. Yeah, I think I agree with Highway Pirate on the whole Hamas bullshit. Hamas has got to go.
Don't say that to Dons
Hey,
and
hey,
Chris.
ho, ho. Hamas has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
According to Dons, Hamas has never attacked the United States.
Don's has never been wrong in his own mind.
Yeah, that's very fair. Sorry, Dons, if you're watching. Sorry, love you, Dons, but the
Don's
minute you
hates me
think you're
right
right about
now.
everything is the minute that you're wrong.
I've been wrong a lot.
So have I, and I'm not afraid to admit it, but a lot of people are. Admitting you're wrong is more intelligent than thinking you're right about everything.
Y'all may disagree with their politics, but he is right about American logistics system. I hope you're talking about me, Heavy Graphics, and thank you, sir.
Why does that matter, sci-fi? I'm curious. Why would that matter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Hamas leaders recently got blown up
And
out of
even if I
proportion.
knew their names, you really think I could pronounce those Islamic names? Probably not. Yeah, it's not something that I can really pronounce.
And Junior.
Yeah, no, it's not really, my pronunciation in English isn't perfect, much less, Arabic names.
I don't know how long you've been watching sci-fi, but I have admitted I've been wrong. It ain't on much.
Josie thinks it's funny. You gotta smash that like button, Josie. I hope we hit 18K, but maybe not.
It's a slow stream today, huh?
It's a slow stream, but we got a couple good questions. We got a couple decent super chat questions. Every Monday is normally slow, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
The key days are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Gearjammer said I was wrong one time in 1974. Hey, but you was wrong.
Hey, thank you for subscribing. Everyone slam that like and subscribe button. Let me open my laptop. I'm curious. We were so close to 18,000 subscribers. Guys, we'll probably be at 20,000 subscribers within the next 2 weeks.
Here's another Hamas leader named Ahmed. It hurts talking like them. It hurts.
Yeah, they must have sore throats a lot. You think they get sore throats a lot?
They got to.
Oh, we did hit 18,000 subscribers, guys. Booyah. Booyah. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Really appreciate it. Let's see exactly how many. I just see 18K. Let's try to get it to 8,010. Let's see, 8,010. Thank you. 8,006, guys. I mean, not 8,000, 18,006.
Cool.
Awesome. Cool. Are you looking for a debate or just talk shit? I mean, we're not really talking
Mainly
shit.
talking shit.
But yeah, we do like talking shit. But if you want to debate me, Jack Thompson, we're both in the Discord. Josie, join the Discord. Jack, join the Discord. Naomi, join the Discord. Anyone that's 18 and plus and is interested in, a great Discord. I believe we have 265 people in the Discord. You can
Yep,
join the
and gotta be
Discord.
18.
You can join the live stream. You can talk. You can discuss anything you want. If I wanted to, I would actually like to make it like 30 years old to join the Discord. But it's funny to you know debate some of these dipshit socialists that are like 18 years
Oh,
old.
you ain't kidding. Thing is that one thing they can't argue is that they don't have anything but book smarts. They don't have anything but what they've read in a book. See, that's just like one of the things that it kills me in the Discord is they've been talking about. Someone brought up that they had talked about back when Obamacare was first being developed, that it was talked about that a penalty would be jail time.
Yep.
Now, Chris is like, find it in there. Find it in there where they said that was jail time. I said, I didn't say that it was going to be passed. I said, it was discussed. It was only ever discussed. Now, in 2008, YouTube was still fairly new. Not everything's in the internet. And I'm sorry, it was discussed. Did I think it was going to pass? No, it was only ever discussed. We can talk about anything. Doesn't
What's
mean it's
the
going to get passed.
Discord? The Discord is linked in my bio. It's the first link on my bio. Bigots? How are we bigoted? Lol, liar. I'm
You know,
sorry, man.
I guess I could be considered a bigot because I only like chocolate and I hate white chocolate.
Oh my god. I love white chocolate.
I'm not a big white chocolate fan. Like, for instance, could you imagine a Snickers made with white chocolate? Yeah.
Mocking the Arabic language. I mean, it's depends how you perceive what I said and how you perceive what he said. Maybe you could perceive what he said as mocking the language. That's just how it sounds to us. We're from America. We speak English.
I'll,
White chocolate Reese's. I love white chocolate Reese's.
mm-mm.
I'm sorry that you're addicted to that, man. Maybe you can flip your life around. We are cousins, uncle, sons. That's what we are. You don't like zero
Nah,
candy
heck.
bars?
Well, I'm gonna hop off here.
All right. Have a good one, man.
What's
Have a
that?
good evening.
You too.
Peace out. I like Swiss chocolate. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm gonna hop off here as well, guys. But slam that like and subscribe button. I'll be back in maybe about an hour or two. Hit that notification bell and Gear Jammer. I forgot about your question. Yes, there is moderators in Discord. If you join, you can be a moderator as well. I got to go, but I'm glad I found your channel. Hell yeah, I gotta go as well for a bit. Thank you, man. Peace out, guys.